Hi everyone. I think from now I'm going to start my sessions a little bit in advance with this kind of music and video. So settle in, take your seat, and I'm going quickly to see if I am audible and live on YouTube or LinkedIn, while I will let you take your seat out there. I don't know if my voice is audible across the music, but this I'm going to make silence right now for a few minutes. So I'm going to cut it abruptly. I apologize. I don't know how to make this sound um, smaller, say, less loud. But I'm going to begin this session because it's 9 p.m. So, my friends, let me know in the comments how are you feeling. Thank you so much, Nicole, for supporting me. Hello. Thank you. What a blessing to see you in there. So, for people who were attending my sessions in the last days, weeks, months, years, it has been 3 interesting years that I'm doing that. Firstly, with my daily videos since November 2021, then my audio rooms in 2023, and my LinkedIn and YouTube videos since late 2023. And now I'm shifting my energies. I am becoming more intentional, and things are shifting, my friends. I cannot do and repeat what I did in the past. I need to change and evolve. But first, I would like to pay tribute to Go Brunch and to Claudio. So the first word for, because it's a French session and language session, magic in French is magique. So magic, J-I-C. In French, it's J-I-Q-U-E, magique. And of course, it could be plural because many of his rooms are magic. So, by instance, I can show one of his audio room. I was really laughing when I was seeing his room right there. So this is what is possible through Go Brunch and through Brunch Hackers. So here is a play.
To seen or not to seen, that is the question. Whether 'tis nobler to drown in a sea of switches, or to click and end it all with one smooth scene transition.
After your performance, end it all. Now, mercy.
Let's get this over with.
Oh, Juliet, reveal thy group, or must I wander this scene alone?
Shut up and come up to wash the dishes.
But my heart burns for thee.
Tell it to the greasy frying pan.
Scene over, I guess. But did you love it or didn't you love it? Let me know in the comments. So I'm not going too much into the details, but you know, I was thinking this would have been impossible to do with Go Brunch. But yeah, let's say that they loved it.
This is the play they'll study in French Academy. They'll name a scene after me.
Yeah, the exit scene.
I laughed so hard my internet disconnected.
My webcam fogged up from the emotion.
Is there merch? I need to shut up and wash the dishes.
You do realize the dishes line was a metaphor for...
That skull performance deserves a Brunchy award and a stamp.
I'm going to pawn my wedding ring for a Romeo statue.
That performance cured my arthritis.
Mom, can the skull read my bedtime story tonight?
So I'm going to close this because it's probably annoying to see all the claps all along. But I'm beginning this because I wanna bring some good energy, some good Go Brunch energies. And by the way, I wouldn't be totally excited here if I was not discovering Go Brunch. So this is not a Go Brunch advertisement, but it's like I'm here thanks to Go Brunch, thanks to my new language community that I've seen in CGS a few weeks ago. And now I wanna but I wanna birth something in action. So bear with me. We are not the only one, and there is a community that I would like to let you join. And once again, feel free to tell me in the comments what gems you would like me to drop about French. But here I'm going to again share my screen. I'm going to do this session each day, like tomorrow same time, and after tomorrow same time. And this Friday I will be having a special session, a special 12 hours marathon. Yeah, from 10:40 p.m. my time till 10:40 a.m. the day after, because I will begin on the 20th at 10:40 p.m. And then on the 21st at 10 a.m., I will close the show, and it will be my official clock ticking about where I'm 49, because I was born in the 21st June 1976. 2000. Yeah, I'm 20 years old. No, just joking. But 1976 at 10:40 a.m. So that's why. So here is my share screen of my FLECH membership. So here, oops, sorry. I have some technical difficulties. I don't know if my screen is still shared. Yes. So here is the FLECH membership, FLECH. And if you had an E at the end, and if you had the proper accent, the accent grave, on top of the E, then it's FLECH, FLECHE, FLECH, which means arrow, as you see in the drawing. And so in the FLECH membership, there will be French, languages, explore umbrella about a lot of things, by the way, poetry, creativity, faith, because I believe in God and Jesus, and book clubs, and a lot more. And then some space where we can check in Café du Bien. And then really regrouping artists, that's the H, to not become artist only, A-R-T, but also artist, each E, A-R-T. And this is an imperfect space. This is a space I will unfold day after day, week after week. Nothing is perfect, like, woo, either bang shabang. No, I'm building it day after day, week after week. And you are welcome to join. So French in French is français. Languages in French is langue. Then explore, it's the verb explorer in French. And then Café du Bien is really a pun that I made on my own. Because it's if you are putting the CCD, it's ça fait du bien, and it's like feels good. It feels good, and it's a mental health space. And then artists, because we are all artists at the same time, same point. All the members that will be here will have connection with their heart, with their heart, with their art, and with their heart. And so here I am going now to share also my link tree, because I have a link tree. You can also join the stage by going into my link tree. So at each session, each day, you will have the opportunity, if you choose so, to join the stage. And for that, you can go into linktree/FrenchHolly and click to restream session, join the stage here. And it's the same link over and over and over. And certainly also for the marathon. And you are welcome to join and leave at any time. Here, by instance, it started 10-15 minutes ago, and it will end probably in 30-45 minutes more. If I have more engagement here in live, feel free to ask me any question. I'm live each day at 9 p.m. My time, which is 3 p.m. EST, which is noon at PST. And for the 20th, exceptionally, I will be connected at 10:40 p.m., which will be doing the math, probably 4:40 p.m. EST, and thus 11:30. No, it doesn't. It doesn't rhyme the same, like 9 hours. Let me do the math. So 22 minus 6 is 4:40. And so minus 3, it's like 1:40 p.m. EST. Sorry for that. And it will be shared on my LinkedIn. I will also have Luma calendar, because it will be led in Go brunch rooms. Not only one, but many, because there is also many many sessions, because 12 hours marathon, I'm going to do a 2-hour session in Restream, then ending after 2 hours, and then 1 hour I will always be in my Go Brunch rooms, by the way, the Café du Bien and the Refresh Your Brain rooms. And so 2 hours on Restream and 1 hour on Go Brunch, and then 2 hours on Restream and 1 hour in Go Brunch. So I'm going to set it up because it's my birthday. It doesn't happen every day. Oops. It doesn't happen every day. And so it's about making the momentum, and also encourage you to discover the FLECH membership, because I want to serve my community, and there is a shift, my friends. I am not going to do that every day, every stream day, or probably each week it will be 30, 45 minutes, kind of a community call each week or each 2 weeks. But the most of my efforts will be driven for people that will invest in themselves by joining my membership. So for the neurolanguage community, I give it for free with donation based. So they are able to access it for zero with a possibility to donate, to buy me a coffee. For instance, I'm going also to draw the QR code to support me. So here is my QR code out there for buying me a coffee. So feel free to go to coffee.com/holylyrics. The reel that you see, you can also scan the QR code to buy me a coffee, because it's about, I support a lot of people around, but I'm feeling exhausted. I'm feeling exhausted when I support people and they don't support me back. It's not a criticism. We have all busy lives, but it's time now to offer for me the receiving gate so that people can support me. So the theme of today, because I'm going to draw some French gems, is ask for help. Demander de l'aide. I ask for your help. Je vous demande de l'aide. I need your help. J'ai besoin de votre aide. And of course, you could be tu or vous, because you and your is something that could be the singular person that you are knowing, familiar, the plural person, like 2, 3, 4 persons that you might know or not. But it could be also the polite person, the polite form that you don't know the person. Like you can say you to His Serenissime Charles from UK. I don't know the exact term that you can call him, but the King of UK. You can say you. Probably you can say Your Majesty or something like that. But in French, you will say vous, even if it's one person, because vous is polite. So there are multiple things that I can share in languages, including languages that are not mine and I'm not fluent in. But something to consider is that every language has their own characteristics. And I'm going to also announce in a few days or weeks my new training that I'm going to rebirth, because I did it in the past, but in an imperfect way. And this training is called CISEAUX, CISEAUX. And in English, it means scissors. And it's going to help you to cut through anything related to French pronunciation, because I'm going to dive into each of these 7 letters. There will be a 8 bonus letter main, and then some other appendix letters. But the 7 more important was CISEAUX, because it's about in French. And I would add the 8th one will be O, because I could have renamed it to Oiseau, OISEAUX. But the C is so important, my friends, that I was not going to miss this, because C is holding a lot of wisdom. So ask me any question, and then I'm going to share my wisdom, which is in fact not my own wisdom. It's a wisdom. All the things that I know, I learned it from somewhere. Guess what? Like in the back side of my coffee cup, you see black, but which told you that it was written and pronounced black? What if it was like yellow instead of black? So we are all learning that the color that you see behind the cup and within the cup is black. But it is not your own wisdom. We are all birthing into this world as pristine angels in human vessels, and then we learn. And so everything that we learn, I am in my duty to pass it on. And so I would like also to, again, take a small break. It's already 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes. And I'm going to, again, to bring some breaks. So let me just bring the break right there. Not this one. I don't know if I can go to the other one. I'm just fighting in the background. That here is the break, the mental break for you for digesting what I've said before. And if you have any question, it's time. If you would like to join the stage, it's time also. You are welcome to join. And you can join through this link, linktree/FrenchHoly, and then join the stage. And so during this break, I would like again to give all my thoughts and my gratitude to the Go Brunch community, to Claudio, to RJ, to Peggy, Richard, Margaret, we are changing lives. And so this was your intermède musical. And now I'm going to share some other nuggets. We have still 20, 30 minutes, 40 minutes if I see people live engaged, asking any question, any comments. It's also Llama, which is not the cousin of dromedary, but literally ask me anything. And it's a refresh your brain. And it's an invitation also to explore the benefits of languages. As I was saying multiple times, languages are different to each other. And I've seen recently something interesting that not all the letters in English are pronounced. Like normally, as a French-speaking person, I would say lamb, Lamb, but I try also to avoid now to say to not say knife, but knife, because the K is silent. But it means that no language is simple. Of course, probably the Italian is the most simplest, but there are also subtleties in Italian. But in Italian, each letter is pronouncing the way it is, like P-A-U-R-A, paura. It's like in different languages, the same first name could be pronounced differently. Like in L-A-U-R-A, in English, Laura, I think. In Spanish, Laura. And in Italian, Laura. And in French, Laura. L-A-U is O. So, and it's like same with X-A-V-I-E-R. In French, Xavier. In English, Xavier, I think. And in Spanish, Rabier, because X is R. And it was really reminding a few days ago that P-A-E-L-L-A is not paella, it's paella, because L-L is ya, like mi llamo, L-L-A-M-O, mi llamo Olivier. So each language has their own characteristic. Same with the accent. The accents are different through the languages. Like there is a kind of it's like umlaut, I think. I confond probably it's like the EZ or the umlaut, but in German there is a character that is a kind of a fancy B, but in fact it's to say there is a double S, like Straße. There is a way to write it like SSE, but also you can add this fancy B and the E, Straße. There was also in Turkish. I don't know the Turkish properly, so but there is my mnemonic was Sigios because there was a accent on the C, kind of a CCD way. There is also a special kind of G, and also of special kind of E without a point, and then a special kind of O, I think, with the tremor, and then a special kind of S, which is a SCD. I think if I remember, because I might be wrong. So each language has their own accent, and some languages are not containing the 26 letters of the alphabet. They are containing per se because there are English words that are in this language. But I was learning many decades, 1 or 2 decades ago in Italian, that there was not the 26 letters in the classic Italian, in the alphabet. And in Old English, there were some accents that are no longer present. So in French, there are multiple accents. And I'm feeling like I'm talking to the void because I don't see any comments, any person reacting live. But it is okay. I'm always doing this, but now I'm going to do that more intentionally and with people that are really embarked in my FLECH membership. So feel free to ask me any question, even if you are in the replay team. So in French, there are multiple accents. And I'm going to just live making this. So here are the major. I think I'm going even to add more. Let's add more because it's really important that I bring the full spectrum. So by the most used to the most not current but existing. And for that, I'm going to reorder some things. So here, bear with me. Oh, I'm just going live on this, so I apologize if I was not prepared, but I am going to give you amazing values about the accent right now, so bear with me, because it's really incredible what I'm going to do, and even something that even the French-speaking people were not aware, by the way. Bum 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 bum. So I think it's all. I think so. Yeah, there is also this one. Yeah. So the most tricky for you, of course, is that you cannot all access this through your QWERTY keyboard because they are not present in your QWERTY keyboard. But here are the accents. Drum roll. And I truly believe I didn't miss anything. There are probably more, but not so much used nowadays. And with the new spelling, it's really rare. There are less and less accent with the new spelling, because my friends, there is not only one friend, by the way, not from Switzerland, not from Belgium, not only from France, and not only from Quebec. So there are multiple French out there, even in Africa. Multiple Frenches, as we have multiple Englishes. And so here are the accents, my friends. I might miss some, but here are the most common. The first on top of the A is for the preposition, to distinguish from the verb, because there is a conjugation, il a faim, he is hungry. And in that case, with the accent, is like a preposition of location, or a kind of a do-it-all preposition. Like, il va à Paris, il va à vélo. Il va au cinéma, that's the meaning. Au cinéma. So that's the meaning. He's going to Paris, he's going by bike, or he's going to the cinema. So it's like two in mean way. Towards the direction. The meaning, the direction. So that's the first accent on top of the A. I will probably understand if you miss the accent, but it's better to use it, because clarity is important. Because if you write me something like il va à Paris without the accent, I will understand, because I know that it's not the verb. But the better is to use the accent. And at some point, I will also, especially in my CISO training, indicate you also the ways that you can type these accents using the keyboard, or find a website, an easy website that you can find and easily write the accent. Then the second and the third accent is accent aigu, like the accent that goes from the top to the left. And then is accent grave. Grave. And it's on the top to the right. And like and then there is the E, which is probably pronounced or not. There are also silent E. Like, the best word to describe the three are élève. And you can express it élève, or you can express it élève, because the last E is silent. So, but of course, you have to know it, because if you are writing what you are hearing, then you might miss the last E. But there is an E at the end of élève. So it's ELEVE, but the first E is A, accent aigu. The second E is A, accent grave. And the third E is E, or the silent E. A, B, C, D, E. That's the 5 letters of the alphabet. Then the next one is the U, the accent. In fact, in that case, it's accent grave on top of the U, and it's to distinguish two other words. The best example is OU, OU. OU in French is OU. like as if you are pronouncing who, but without the who. So ooh. And in that case, there is a distinction between OU without accent and OU with accent. So just checking in the chat, stopping by to say hi. Thank you, Lisa, the lady in red. Thank you so for joining. And thank you also, Crystal in YouTube. Feel free to join also on stage if you like to join. It's really amazing to hear your voice. And for that, you can go to linktree/FrenchHolly, linktree/FrenchHolly, and then click to go on stage. And so in this session, I'm going to express about the accent. And the accent is not only the thingy, the signs on top of the letters. The accent is also, by instance, the beautiful Trinidadian accent that I can hear in English. This is a beautiful accent that I love so much. And there are even only in UK, there are 17 plus different accents, like the Scottish, the Irish, the different accent in English. And in US, it's the same. So accents are beautiful. Not only the accent that you can hear through my voice, but also the accent that you can hear, that you can see on top of the letters. So I was talking about A, E, and so A, E, and then U, which is with the letter O, it's O-U, U, which is pronounced U, a kind of a U, but without a U. So U, 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 U. Hoo, 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 hoo. And so I was telling that there was the accent on top of the U that says it's used for a word of location. Où est mon café? Where is my coffee? And in that case, you place the accent because je bois du café ou du thé. I drink coffee or tea. That's the or you without accent. But the location, like où est mon café? Où es-tu? Where are you? It's where. And in that case, you add the accent on top of the U. Then there is this kind of a bunch of accent for each letter, A, E, I, O, U, which is in French A, E, I, O, U. And the first ones are the little hat, the circumflex accent. It's also called the diuresis. I'm not sure. Diuretic? Not diuretic. No, it's not the time to go to the toilet. But it's like the little hat. And for some, it might be like more pronounced letter. For others, it's like the reminiscence of the history etymology, because we can say haute and not hot. So haute. And we can say also chateau. We can say chateau, but most of the time it's like it reminds that there was an S in the old French. For instance, chateau in English is castle, C-A-S. Haute in English is host, H-O-S-T. There are also other examples like hôpital, hospital. So in that case, you add the circumflex accent. So if you have any question, any comment, any remark, any amazing comment, feel free. We are live. And Health and the replay team, you are also welcome. And so the last five, the next five, the next and last five are what I call the trema. And I might have mixed about the first one because maybe it's the diuresis, I don't know, but it's like the little dot, the two dots on top of the letters. And that means please pronounce me differently from the other letters. The best example is Christmas in French is Noël, N-O-E-L. And in that case, it's there is the trema to say no L, because else the O and the E will absorb themselves and it will be something like null. Same with aigu or aigu with the silent, like aigu or aigu. Aigu, A-I-G-U. Aigu, there is a more pronounced U that indicates you that there is a silent U. Aigu. And in that case, there is a trema on top of the U, because if you don't add the trema on top of the U of aigu, then there will be a egg or egg, but the U is pronounced. So it's not egg or egg, it's aigu. So it's on top of each letter. Let me check about the A. I don't see an example about the A. About the E, I was telling about Noel. And then the E, like aioli. I love it because it's like I'm baking some pancakes, so ravioli, broccoli, aioli. And so, hi, Oli, I am aioli. I bring the sauce. A-I-O-L-I. And there is in English no trema, because probably in English you pronounce the letters separately, aioli. But in French, the A and the I is A, like aigu. That's a good example. Or aimer, A-I-M-E-R, to love. But in that case, aioli, so the trema is on top of the I, because it says, please pronounce me separately from the other letters. Aioli. That's in French. And so the last one is really important also about the C. That's why I was bringing the ciseaux and not the oiseau, because the C is so important. Because the C is pronounced differently depending on the vocals. A, E, I, O, U, which is A, E, I, O, U in English. The CA is K, but the CE is S. The CI is C. The CO is CO. And the CU is Q. But then you can find words with CA pronounced as SA. You can find words with CO pronounced as SO. You can find CU pronounced as SU. There's an example with Café du Bien, which is, again, I'm going to share one of my screen out there of my French membership, because it's really really on purpose right now. But I'm not sharing my screen, so I'm going to go back. Sharing my screen. And here is my FLECH membership. So here is, you see Café du Bien. And it's a pun that I created. And it means, in fact, literally, coffee, it's good. Something like that. But you had the C, and of course it's written differently. I'm going also to drop the word like café. Oops, I'm not seeing my keyboard on there. Versus ça fait du bien. So the words are not pronounced, not written differently, but are pronounced differently also, but with the C, the C. Café du bien, ça fait du bien. Café, ça fait. So K, CA without the CCD. Sa, CA with the CCD. So the CCD is there to say, as the trema are there to please pronounce my letter differently, then the C, CCD is there to say, please pronounce me as a S. There are other words using S using O and U, like leçon and déçu. Here I'm going to show it right now in the caption. So here, leçon, because without the CCD it could be le con. And I advise you to not say it in front of someone. Because le con, in 2 words, by the way, L-E space C-O-N, means the dumb person. Even more vulgar than dumb. And then déçu, without the CCD, it could be décu. And like more like décuplé, décu, it's the origin of Latin 10. But déçu in French is disappointed. And because this like déception, décevoir, then there is a characteristic also with the conjugation that I'm really happy to share when you enter my FLECH, in my FLECH room, FLECH, is that even for verbs that are regular ER, because this word is not regular, but even for verbs that are regular ER, there are some adjustments depending on the practicality of the pronunciation. Like, as I told you that CA is K, CO is CO, and CU is Q, then there is commencer, CER, but then there is commençons. Nous commençons, we begin. That's the conjugation. And in that case, there is a CCD, because if there were no CCD, it would be comment con, C-O-N-S, as le con. So commençons, then you have the CCD. So lots of gems out there. I wish you are amazingly fine with that. And then the last one, because I'm going to you forget the last one because it exists, but only for proper nouns. It's also the same, like pronounce me differently, because the Y, like the Y-U-E-X is les yeux, you. But if you have to pronounce the Y differently and the E, you put the trema, but it's really no rare because it's only on the proper noun. But it exists also on the Y, but it's really rare. It's why I place it in the end. Also, an interesting thing is that the new spelling, the O and the E, can be written differently. But at some historical moments, there was the O and the E that is still attached. Cœur, C-O-E-U-R, in the new spelling could be pronounced as I spelled, but it could be C-O-N-E-U-R, O-N-E together. That's the O-N-E you see. There is the same with sœur, which is sister in English. You can write it S-O-E-U-R with the O and the E separated, or with the O and the E together. That's just to tell you, if you are writing cœur, O and E and U and R separated, and you have a kind of a spell checker red line, it's because the spell checker is abiding to the old rule, that tells the O and the E are attached. But with the new spelling now, it's O and E could be also written separated. That's also a challenge, my friends, because as in English, there are multiple pronunciation, multiple accents, multiple way of saying it. Like pass me your rubber in US is not landing well, because in UK it means eraser, but in US it means condom, I think. So there are multiple Frenches also, multiple ways of saying. And in French, with the Académie Française, they realized that the reality is not the marble. The reality of the French is expressed is not the marble. So the dictionary is always wrapping up like few years later, but the reality is kicking in already. So that's why probably they had to soften the spelling and introducing new spelling rules. But these new spelling rules are coexisting with the old ones. So there is no one proper way to say, okay, the exact way to spell cœur is C-O-E, from now is C-O-E-U-R, because in old text or in even actual text, you will see COUER with the O and the E together. So, my friends, this is the complexity of French, but at the same time, there is also complexity in English and in other languages. So right now we are on the 45 minutes. I'm going to again share my amazing meditation room for a few minutes, and then I'm going to go back to wrap up. So for anyone who is live, this is the end of the session, but I'm going to make a wrap up in 1 or 2 minutes. But at the same time, feel the ambience of this music. If you missed the session, feel free to watch the replay. I was telling about the accents, about some gems, about French. And if you are live in LinkedIn or YouTube, feel free to add your comments. Thank you again, Nicole, Crystal, and Lisa for joining. And I can't wait to reply to you any of your questions. Even in the replay team, even later, I'm still joined on my LinkedIn. I am also available on olivier@frencholi.com. And I'm going to make other sessions tomorrow, after tomorrow, and then on the 20th, a special marathon 12-hour session. And so now I'm going to share another room that I like so much. And this is my Café du Bien room. I am now going to wrap up with showing some of my rooms and then my FLECH offering. So here is my Café du Bien. You can join through Linktree/Café du Bien. And that's not only this, because you can also sit wherever you want, but you can also sit there. And at some point, you can visit some other rooms. Like the room that I'm going to show right now is the Refrench Your Brain, my language classroom that I'm going to modify bit by bit. But here is my Refrench Your Brain classroom, where you can see all my sessions. You can also dive into some videos. I'm going to improve that day after day, week after week. And I've been hosting dozens and dozens of sessions through my Refrench Your Brain room. And here out there, you can also discover my LinkedIn profile out there. So feel free to connect with me through my LinkedIn profile. And then I'm going also to share my Linktree of French Holly. So you type Linktree/French Holly, and you will find a way to join my actual, probably not because I'm going to wrap up in a few minutes, but in the next sessions, this will be the same link for the future session that I will hold tomorrow, same time, after tomorrow, same time, and on the 20th, it will be a special 12 hours marathon. And then feel free also to click here to join my FLECH membership. I offer 2 tiers, 10 euros per month for life. This is my founder one, and 25 euros per month for life. It is for life, my friends, because after the 4th of August, I will raise this price, but this is for the founders, the people that are trusting me, that are going to have bonus, because the founder membership will have bonus that the classic members will not have. So that's my quick brag for my FLECH membership. And here, last but not least, also sharing what I am good at, creativity, by the way. I'm really good at creativity. And here is my offering. So FLECH stands for FLECH, French, languages, explore, Café du Bien, and artist. French, of course, obviously, it will be for me to help you to improve your French at any level. I can also evolve to wherever you are in Canada, in Switzerland, France. There are also multiple localities of French. And also, of course, multiple accent of French, you know. I'm joking, I apologize for the Switzerland, but their accents are really beautiful, you know. And so languages also, I'm guiding you for language elevation. Of course, I don't speak Japanese like I can say just konnichiwa, arigato, and sayonara. But I am language enthusiast, so Benson, I can also teach in Dutch, in 2, 3, or in Italian. In Italian, uno, due, tre, quattro. But of course, I don't know Polish. Instead of saying dzień dobry and dziękuję, I don't know Turkish. Instead of saying merhaba for the day and teşekkür ederim to say thank you very much. But I am here to help you also to elevate your language experience. That's for language, the L of FLECH. And then the E is an umbrella of various things: poetry, creativity, faith, God and Jesus, and also book clubs. My next book club will be on the 22nd of June, talking about the science of change from Dr. Richard Boyatzis in one breath sentence. Amazing. So that's my first book club that I'm going to do. And of course, I'm going also to do other book clubs like the fluent brain, fluent fast brain, amazing. And then, of course, many other things. And then Café Libyen is really important for me for mental health because life is not easy. We have whole challenges in our life. And so feel free, my friends, to type in the comments what are your thoughts, even on the replay team, and to join me, to join by going to linktree/French Holly, and then you can click to discover the FLECH membership. And I wish that you can join me so that the world will be as one. Imagine. So I am really enthusiastic about French and languages and to guide you. Let me know in the comments. I'm here to serve you, but at the same time, I'm going to shift. I am going to make the streams less frequent and less time. The public stream will probably be 15, 20, 25 minutes maximum. More if I have the feeling of engagement, like if people are commenting and live. And I am going to throw all my effort for my FLECH members, the people that are joining my FLECH membership, whether they are in tier 1 or in tier 2. I'm going to develop more and more in this membership. So, my friends, I wish that you can support me as I'm supporting you also. I'm also here to bring your voice. Like, by instance, I am going to make something live right now. I don't know if I will interrupt something or not in their space, but I'm going now to share really something that I would like to share. So, bear with me. I don't know if they are live or not. This is an experiment. This is live. This is fresh. And so, bear with me. Still loading. Tap anywhere. Okay, so I can't show you because there is no body. So here is the come right in. So I'm here also to amplify the voices. And so here is the room, the governance room of RJ, the come right in. Isn't it amazing? You see? And you can go in there. You can click, hey, official gear. Woof. What's this? Okay. Give me gear. And then all the products is the merch of RJ. the totes, the t-shirts. And then here, looking for RJ's book on role building with Go Brunch, click below. Okay. Oh, wow. Enter the world building diamond. Amazing. That's the book of RJ. And then, of course, there is the Out There Together, another room that I'm going to show because we are inclusive in Go Brunch. Welcome to the Out There Together. Time of loading. It takes a little while, but it's really worth the showing. Please be patient. I think I'm going to reload it. So that's the magic of Go Brunch. That's my wrapping the sessions. Oh, my browser is freezing. I hope that I'm not taking too much resources. It's the time that I am really going to see what could I do to make it smoother. Probably I have too much tabs or too much things laptop. So I apologize for that. If you are not hearing me, it is because I am frozen. So let's unfroze it. Yups. I'm be back. Okay, I am back. Absolutely back. But the technology is not easy. So I'm going to be back very soon. Arrêtez le partage. I don't know. Apologize for that, my friends. I'm going to be back. Okay, that was a little too much for my system. I apologize. So I am going to wrap up, by the way, but really incredible to continue the magic out there and to share out there together. After I was sharing the screen of the room of RJ, I'm going now to share the out there together because we are also inclusive. We are promoting LGBTQ community, all the neurodivergent people, the people that are different, that decide their own life. And so this is a room that I hope that I can be able to share. If not, it's okay. I'm going to also then envision to share, last but not least, the major hat room, which is the World Building Expo. But here, am I sharing the room? No. It's a bit like loading. So I apologize for that. I am now going to share instead the World Building Expo, which is an incredible room. Thank you again, Peggy, for your efforts, and of course, Jamie and Hermie and everyone, RJ, and here's the Go Brunch room. So of course, it's okay. It's better to zoom in. So here you have all the rooms, and by the way, my room is 144. It is this one, the Refrench Your Brain room. You have also the pickaxe. You have the leverage career room, and I'm going to post something later about that. But World Building Expo, let's hear that.
Hi, my name's Peggy MacArthur, and on my behalf and the behalf of all of the exhibitors here at the World Building Expo, we would like to welcome you and thank you for coming and hanging out with us at this amazing expo. After all, I personally think that this is the coolest virtual expo out there. So
I so agree. Let me pause that because I'm not going to show you all the video. But yeah, by the way, last but not least, because I'm the only one live, I'm going to wrap up with another video that I was liking so much. And boom, 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 boom. Da-da-da-da. Let me just check because it takes some time to go there. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. So, okay. So bear with me, I'm going just to check because I want to finish this session by sharing video by word in French is monde, M-O-N-D-E, monde. And then I wonder if I can see that somewhere. I'm searching for a special video that I'm envisioning to show. So, I don't see the video. Where is the video? I still have to be efficient in my search. Okay, where is my video? I don't know if I was searching that. This. No. Well, I'm going to drop that initial ID. I'm going probably to show it when I am ready to show it, but here it was not easy for me to show it. So last but not least, with my wrap up, here is my offering here or there. Feel free to discover my FLECH membership. But of course, it doesn't show as it's loading. It's probably too much in my tabs, by the way. Yeah, my friends. When I opened so much tabs, here it was happening. So I don't know if you are hearing me, but I think I'm going to close this because it's not serving anything, that is frozen. And I don't like when it's frozen. But it is what it is. Going to try another time. Okay, so here is again, hopefully that I can share my amazing visuals. It doesn't show the visuals, sorry. I'm going to try it again. No, it doesn't show. So I'm going to share instead my link tree to be simpler because it doesn't show properly. But of course, I was so last but not least, I'm going to share my link tree. Feel free to discover linktree/FrenchRolly, and you can dive into my FLECH membership. I'm going to improve that day after day, week after week. And so feel free to join me in there. I am going to envision a major shift in my approach, and I will be still there on the stream and on the restream, but less often and less time. So all the gems will be on the other side with the FLECH membership. That's my aim. So join us, because we will not be the only one, because there will also an amazing community of neural language coaches out there that I will grant free access, donation-based, but free access. And so that's my offering. And also, if you were tapping into my videos into the last days, weeks, months, years, because I'm beginning since November 2021, and also with LinkedIn audio rooms, and also with videos and streams, feel free to buy me a coffee to support me. That's really important for me, because I am now going to envision more clarity about my value. And so all the things I was giving for free for so much time, for many hours, those thousands and thousands of hours, now I'm going to be more intentional. That's my shift. I am 49 in few days, in a bit more than 4 days, a bit more than 3 days, and in 21st of June. And so I'm going to go elevate to another ravioli. That's it for me. Thank you so much for the replay team for watching me till the end. Yes, I know it's already 1 hour and 12 minutes. And feel free to join tomorrow, same time, 9 p.m. my time, which is 3 p.m. EST. And after tomorrow, and for the Friday, it will be a special 12 hours marathon, one of the last marathon that I'm going to do, because it's really exceptional. Bye for now. Keep shining. And hope that I can end this session if it's